Monday morning, here's a sextile to Uranus. The television, the internet comes through, there's brotherhood, the higher mind, little intellectual analysis helps a lot after the total confusion of Sunday and the full moon and the square to Neptune. Murky, cloudy, where are we going? Get out the GPS Monday morning, you'll make it just fine. Late Monday night, early Tuesday, here's a square to Mars, everybody's ticked off, they're going too fast. You know, there's just too much anger and impatience. Ask yourself what you're protecting. Maybe you can get out of it a bit. Jupiter is sextile Mars. He's supposed to be fixing things. You ever see somebody fix something and be angry? You ever see a fireman get angry at a fire? No. Anyway, hard to keep the temper in check Monday night, Tuesday morning. Moon in Gemini. On Wednesday, the moon shifts into Cancer. And there's a trine to Neptune, and by golly, here we have another opportunity for the water to go calm and for there to be a mirror. Benjamin Franklin used to amaze people because he could take a shot glass of oil and put it on the king's private lake over there, and in an hour the whole lake would be like a mirror. And that oil will actually spread out 1 molecule deep. You could calculate, yes, how big a molecule is by checking out how much Ben put in and how big the area of the lake was. He never did it, but anyway, Neptune spreads like that. It's kind of, sticky stuff, oily stuff. And you've already had a couple of weeks of it, and it just peaked out yesterday, okay? Watch out for the oil, watch out for the liquids. You ever notice how a little bit of oil on the water, you get these beautiful colors, like priests, like doctors, like drugs, like artists, like they do these colors. They're just on the surface, folks. What's underneath can be pollution. Yes, get rid of the GMOs. Preserve Hawaii. Save our major flora and fauna. We got a job to do for the rest of the world. That's the way I feel about it. Where did I get lost? Oh, here's the trine to Neptune. It's Wednesday morning. Yeah, it's the 20th. And I would try to do a little meditation here. Now, if you wait too late, it's going to be a problem because there's a glitch here Wednesday night. Here's the opposition to Pluto and the square to Uranus, and the batteries failed, and there's shakiness and whirlwinds, and this is the old Uranus square Pluto. How much does the Department of Defense spend with black budget? Here's Mercury trining at the imp. More information could come out here about some of this stuff. We had a radiation peak in Hawaii on October 24th, just for a day. Very suspicious. What's going on? On the same day, these Saturn characters called the NRC, Nuclear Regulatory Commission, gave the Army the right to take 250 pounds of depleted uranium over to Pohakaloa to mess with. I thought they promised us that there would never be any DU used there. I remember the promise. Well, so much for Saturn and Scorpio. Anyway, here it is again. Anybody has any information about that October 24th? There was also an airplane flying from California to Hawaii. In the middle of the flight, a guy had his meter on. Son of a gun, started going off. 35,000 feet. There was the radiation. Woo! That rings alarm bells, doesn't it? Plutonium, radiation, Pluto. I think of it also as viruses, epidemics. I had the PTSD thing for like 9 months myself, and I know whereof I speak. And I think it's quite horrible to tell somebody once you've got it, it's a syndrome, you're always going to have it. That provokes suicide. And so do the drugs these psychiatrists are giving them. I think they're probably the worst of the whole doctor trip, these psychiatrists. Passing out the drugs. And the guys who are in the Army, oh boy, they're suffering. The DOD just leaves wreckage wherever it goes. Covers our island with lead and depleted uranium and dumps stuff in the ocean. And wow, the Pentagon is the largest office building in the world. And the DoD, the largest company in the world, and the most polluting, and the one that's exempt from so much stuff. Well, enough. So Wednesday night, alarm bells. Okay, a little sense of panic and aloneness. On Thursday morning, the moon's still in Cancer on the 21st. You start feeling better. There's a trine to Saturn. Things settle down. Oh, there's a practical side to this. And by Thursday night, the moon goes by Jupiter. And it's quite nice. There's some laughs here. And there's a sextile to Mars. It comes up Friday morning. You might understand this business here a little better about professional armies. Nobody's ever done it before. And, I think the Romans had a professional army, but those guys didn't really spend a lot of time doing army stuff. They built roads and aqueducts. They were builders. The Roman army was professional builders. That's what Mars is supposed to be. Anyway, they made use of them, and I guess that's how they kept their army going. We can't, folks. You want to give up your Social Security so we have a nice big armed forces terrorizing the world? Now you'll see some truth of it all. Thursday and Friday, moon in Cancer. Friday in the middle of the day, the moon goes into Leo. There's a trine to the sun. I think we understand now what's going on. And there could be even a plan for him then. Moon in Leo. On Saturday morning, between breakfast and lunch, here's a trine to Uranus. And there's higher mind here, and there's communication. Here's the internet. God bless the internet. Yeah. This is a saving grace of the Aquarian age, it appears. There I thought it would be public access. Well, you can get the show on YouTube, for a little while yet. Anyway. Saturday night, the moon's still in Leo. And here's kind of a weird place that's not too much fun, because Mercury has moved up here and hit Saturn, and you're going to have a lot of depressive talk and a lot of conservative mumbo-jumbo, and you're going to see it Saturday night. And hopefully you'll just see right through it. You'll see some guy, wrap himself in the flag declaring we got to keep America safe. Uh-oh. Where's the money? I think that's what it's really about. Eisenhower was right. Now we've militarized the police. Where is this going to end anyway? I don't know. Do you remember before I was telling you radiation is so easily measured that they can't get away with stuff anymore? Well, here, check this out.
Okay, YouTubers, this here is an update to the video that I did this morning in reference to Hawaii getting radiated. This here is a brand new chart, okay? And it's showing that the levels are currently at about 145, all right? And that's what the numbers over here are showing, 145. We're getting zapped again. We got to get this information out. I mean, what is going on? How come nobody's reporting this? I mean, look at this. That is absolutely nuts. So we need to get on the phones and start making calls. I've tried to make a few calls myself, and I'm waiting for confirmation on this.
I can't find it now, but Michael found another piece that had to do with somebody on an airplane who measured this cloud of radiation at 35,000 feet. He was 2 hours out of LA on the way to Hawaii, and there was this high reading suddenly in the airplane. What's going on? Somebody made a bad stink. This radiation thing is nothing to fool with, folks. It's a pollution of a whole different nature. The last thousands of years, whoever's playing with these things, the governments are covering something up, aren't they? Yes, I know every GPS satellite has a gadget on it to measure atomic bomb explosions and stuff. What's going on? Nobody's talking. NSA secrecy. Okay, a look at the astrocartography of these lunations. Here's your eclipse at 11:15. Saturn's only at 2.5 degrees off, see? So let's look at the astrocartography of it, because you and I know now that yesterday for you, this planet is acting up. He just stationed. There's the full moon on November 17th. Here's the way it looks in Hawaii. And this is a full moon where Neptune could be acting up a lot. And, well, let's look at the astrocartography. Okay, here's the new moon eclipse, November 3rd. And you know, the bottom of the chart, the IC, is your home. That's a dangerous place. And the descendant, the other people that scares you, is a bad place. Well, here's Neptune at the bottom of the chart. And this is like flooding in the homes. Yes, and there it is, going through Miami and up through here. So this coastline, folks, is in for some flooding. Yep, sorry. Okay, here's the other side of it. Here's Neptune on the midheaven, public flooding and oil spills and such. And you can see the Neptune line running right down through here. Okay, here's a full moon. It squares Neptune, doesn't like it too much. And where are the sensitive places? Well, here is Neptune on the descendant, running up through here and through southern Japan too. Okay, here's Neptune at the bottom of the chart, you know, flooding on the ground in the home. There it's going up. I don't know where this is. This could be oil country or, you know, I don't know what. But there it is. When you see Neptune on the descendant, everybody's scared of Neptune. That kind of indicates to me there might have been some earthquake and everybody's waiting for tsunamis here. Okay, I went back to the new moon, November 3rd. This eclipse on Saturn, there it is on the rising sign, indicating VIPs, CEOs may be dying, suicides, you know, stuff like that down between these lines here. Yeah. Okay, here's this nasty group, the eclipse and Saturn running up through here. This is Afghanistan, huh? Doggone. I tend to think of this as a place where, you know, this is other people dying and things. Eclipses kill things. That's what it comes down to. So these are dangerous times. And you know, it's kind of easy to tell if your chart is sensitive to this Neptune thing. If you've got some planets at 2 degrees, especially of Virgo, Sag, Gemini, then you may be spilling things. If you're spilling things, small liquids, you got to watch the bigger ones. The gasoline, you know, the oil, the deception, theft, self-aggrandizement, alcohol, drugs. The more you spill things, the more you could be in trouble with Neptune. He can be very inspiring, and man, you can feel totally lost, and even not know what you were doing the night before. You know, come fill the cup, huh? Oh. Hey, your path in life is already paved. You picked the path. Your free will is in your attitude. Is it half full? Is it half empty? Adjust your attitude. That's where the free will is. They've been lying to you all this time.